Hey everybody, hope you're still staying safe. Today we are going to read chapter 4 in our Magic Treehouse Fact Tracker about rainforests, and our chapter title is Rainforest Creatures. Are you ready to learn about some rainforest creatures? Yeah. Alright, so they creep and crawl, they flit and fly, they growl and howl. The world's rainforests are alive with millions of animals, bugs, and birds. Predators and protection. Most rainforest animals depend on other animals for food. Animals that kill and eat other animals are called predators. The animals that predators kill are called their prey. So you have the predator, and then they eat the prey. Many rainforest creatures have special ways of protecting themselves from predators. Some have colors that help them blend with their natural surroundings. This type of protection is called camouflage. Lizards like this gecko have skin that looks like rocks and dirt. So they gave us a little photograph here of our lizard, our gecko, and it looks like rocks and dirt. Some creatures fool predators by looking like plants. If they stay very still, predators will leave them alone because they won't see them. Insects like this katydid have wings that look just like leaves. And stick insects look just like twigs. Those captions are telling us about the photographs. Some creatures scare predators away by looking bigger and scarier than they really are. Many moths and butterflies have marks on their wings that look like big eyes. When these creatures open their wings, predators think the eyes belong to a creature that might eat them. So there's a moth here, and it says marks like these are called eye spots. So you can see the photograph of the moth, and it looks like two big eyes to scare away their predator. Yikes! Predators use camouflage too. This vine snake looks more like a vine than a snake until it attacks its prey. Ooh. So you can see it kind of looks like a vine that we learned about earlier, but it's actually a snake. Night creatures. The rainforest is just as alive at night as it is during the day. Many creatures come out only after the sun has gone down. They are called nocturnal creatures. Nocturnal means active at night. Many nocturnal creatures have very large eyes. Their big eyes let in more light and help them see in the moonlit forest. So here's a picture of night monkeys, and you can see how big their eyes are. Look, make your eyes real big, like a night monkey. Night monkey, can you see them? Really big eyes. Bats are common nocturnal creatures. There are hundreds of different kinds of bats in the world's rainforests. Many bats have a strong sense of smell that helps them find fruits and flowers in the dark. Others use sound to find and capture insects and to find their way in the night. Ooh, do you guys remember learning about that when we read Bats, Bats, Bats? We know that bats send out an ultrasonic sound and then it bounces off the object and comes back to them so they know how far away it is. So if Lucas is sitting here and I'm the bat and I go and then it comes back to me so I can see how far away he is. Also, everybody, this is Josie. She's a little shy. She's my niece. At night, rainforest trees twinkle with fireflies and click beetles. Scientists think insects like these talk to each other. Scientists think insects like these talk to each other with their flashing lights. Water creatures. Rivers run through most of the rainforests of the world. Thousands of different kinds of fish live in these rivers. Snakes, crocodiles, and lizards slither and sleep on the banks. Anacondas attack animals that have come to the river for a drink of water. Some rainforest crocodiles are over 20 feet long. Flesh-eating piranha have scary razor-sharp teeth, but they mostly eat berries, fruits, seeds, and other fish. So right here we have a big picture, and all these little captions that actually have labels are pointing to what they're defining. So this is the 20-foot alligator. We have the piranhas with very sharp teeth, and then our anaconda up here. Psst, psst. Hey, leave them alone. Our favorite rainforest animals, army ants. Army ants have painful stingers. They raid the rainforest floor in large swarms, searching for food. A swarm of marching army ants travels about a foot every minute. Sometimes there are more than 1 million ants in the swarm. Army ants catch and kill spiders and insects. Sometimes they also kill small animals that can't get out of their way. Army ants don't eat people, but you still wouldn't want to be in their path. A sting from an army ant really hurts. Army ants live in rainforests in South America. Here's all the army ants. Going and going and going. You don't want them to sting you. Bird-eating tarantulas don't eat birds very often. They are much more likely to eat frogs, snakes, and mice. Oh my, there's a big tarantula and it took down that bird. Nothing like the spiders we have around though. Those ones are very scary. Bird-eating tarantula. The bird-eating tarantula is one of the biggest spiders in the world. A bird-eating tarantula can be 11 inches from the tip of one leg to another. That's bigger than a baseball glove. Bird-eating tarantulas have sharp, curved fangs. Their fangs can be over an inch long. So these are like about an inch long. Bird-eating tarantulas live in the rainforests of South America. Queen Alexandra's bird-wing butterfly. The Queen Alexandra's bird-wing is the biggest butterfly in the world. The butterfly has a wingspan of a foot wide. The Queen Alexandra's bird-wing is beautiful but dangerous. It is poisonous to eat. Creatures who eat it get very sick but do not usually die. Annie's telling us the Queen Alexandra's birdwing is very rare. It lives only in a small area of the rainforest in New Guinea. Look at that butterfly. His wingspan is about this long. That's a pretty big butterfly. I can't even imagine seeing that. I think of our little butterflies. Uh-oh, I lost my page. Here we go. Goliath Beetle. Imagine an insect as big as a mouse with long horns and 6 sharp claws. That's the Goliath beetle of the African rainforest. The Goliath beetle is the heaviest insect in the world. It can weigh as much as a small hamster. It can be 4 inches long. Goliath beetles have 2 sharp hooks on each of their 6 legs. They use these hooks to clamp onto the sides of trees. Once a Goliath beetle has attached itself to something, it's almost impossible to pull off. The Goliath beetle lives in the rainforests of Africa. This is a Goliath. Red-eyed tree frog. Red-eyed tree frogs eat mostly flies and other insects, but sometimes they eat other frogs. Red-eyed tree frogs usually hunt at night. Their huge eyes help them to see better in the dark. They have sticky fingers and toes that help them hold on to slippery tree trunks, branches, and leaves. Red-eyed tree frogs lay their eggs in plants that hang over streams. When they hatch, the tadpoles plop right into the water. Red-eyed tree frogs live in the rainforests of Central and South America. There's a red-eyed tree frog. Those are some big eyes. Poison arrow frog. Poison arrow frogs are tiny but deadly. Most poison arrow frogs are only an inch long, but they have a poison in their skin that is strong enough to kill anything that eats them. One poison arrow frog has enough poison to kill over 100 people. The bright colors of poison arrow frogs warn other animals that they are dangerous to eat. They got their name because for hundreds of years, hunters in the rainforest have used their poison on arrows and darts. Poison arrow frogs live in the rainforests of Central and South America. Sloth. Sloths are some of the slowest moving creatures in the world. It could take a sloth over an hour to cross an average sized living room. Wow. It takes us like 5 seconds. Sloths have long, curved claws. Their claws look pretty scary, but sloths never attack other animals. They only eat leaves. Sloths use their claws as hooks to hang on to tree branches. In fact, sloths live most of their lives hanging upside down. Sloths live in the rainforests of Central and South America. So here's our sloth. A toucan. There are about 40 different kinds of toucans in the rainforests of Central and South America. Toucans have huge, colorful bills. Remember, a bill is like that part of a bird. It's like the beak. Toucans have, they use their giant bills like scissors to snip berries and fruits off the branches of trees and bushes. A toucan's bill isn't as heavy as it looks. It is a thin, hollow shell over a bony skeleton. When toucans go to sleep, they turn their heads to the side and lay their bills on their backs. Then they fold their tails over their bills to cover them up. Toucans live in the rainforests of Central and South America. So here's a plate-billed mountain toucan. And then we have our Toco toucan. A jaguar. Jaguars are beautiful big cats. Male jaguars can be 6 feet long and weigh 250 to 300 pounds. That's as big as a professional football player. Jaguars are good climbers. They often hide in rainforest trees, waiting to pounce on deer, wild pigs, or other animals that roam the forest floor. Unlike most cats, jaguars are also good swimmers. They swim in rainforest rivers to catch fish, turtles, even crocodiles. Sadly, there are few jaguars left in rainforests. Many have been killed off by hunters for their beautiful fur. It's sad. There's one jaguar. I know all my friends know. A pangolin. Pangolins are some of the weirdest looking animals in the rainforest. They have long, skinny heads. They have stubby legs with huge, sharp claws. They have no teeth. Strangest of all, their bodies are covered with big, thick scales. Pangolins live in the forests of Africa. When a pangolin is scared, it rolls into a tight ball. Its scales protect it from any animal that tries to attack it. Pangolins are sometimes called scaly anteaters. That's because ants are their favorite food. They usually go hunting for ants at night. So that's all. If you found any of these animals that we went over very interesting, you can go on to PebbleGo and research that animal. That's a really good idea because it'll just teach you more and more and more. I know I heard when I was reading, my nephew Lucas, he was sitting here, he ran downstairs and he told Josie all about one of the animals that he learned about. And I think that's a good idea for you to do too. So I hope you guys keep safe. You're doing stuff productive at home. Make sure you're reading, 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 reading. If you have any math stuff you can do at home, I know we sent home packets. Do your packets, work on that, and hopefully we have more news on what's going to go down soon, okay? Stay real.